Hi, and welcome to another interactive Read Aloud. Today's story is If You Plant a Seed. Both the words and the paintings are by Kadir Nelson. Now, this is a very special book because inside the illustrations you see are not just drawn with a marker or a colored pencil, but they're actual oil paintings. Kadir used oil paint to make all of the illustrations that you see. Now, I'll come a little bit closer with the book so you can see how realistic the rabbit and the mouse look. It's almost like they could jump off of the page and into our room. I can't wait to see the rest of the paintings inside the story. Now, I bet you can answer me this question. What happens when you plant a seed? Well, something grows, doesn't it? Something comes up from out of the soil and becomes a plant. Now, it might be a regular plant like a flower, or it might be a plant we can eat like carrots, vegetables, berries, something like that. Now, inside this book, I'm going to see if the bunny and the mouse are planting the seed, and if they are, what's going to come up out of the ground. As we're reading today, keep in mind two special words. Our vocabulary words are kindness, say that back with me, kindness, and selfishness. Say it with me, selfishness. Now, I heard a suffix at the end of both of those words. Did you hear the suffix ness? Yeah, ness is going to be a quality today. So the quality of being kind or the quality of being selfish. We're going to explore those a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get started with If You Plant a Seed. Now, this book is very reliant on the oil paintings, so there's not many words. So what I need you to do is really pay close attention to those pictures, and because those pictures are going to help tell the story. If you plant a tomato seed, a carrot seed, and a cabbage seed, in time, with love and care, and I want you to look real closely here at this one because there are 4 panels. And I want you to try to figure out what's happening across these 4 panels. Well, as you can see, it goes from here, down, up, and down. So it looks like they planted that seed, and then they're watching over it to make sure that it's safe during the nighttime. And even when it's raining, they're making sure that it's still okay. And even when they're tired, they're still there to make sure the seed is growing okay. So Kadir, our author and our illustrator, is showing you the passage of time here. It's showing you from day to night, and then another day and another day. So it's showing you that the rabbit and the mouse are staying with the plant. Tomato, carrot, and cabbage plants will grow. They look very happy there. And they were taking extra special care of that seed. Now, this is a page with no words, so make sure you look really closely at the paintings. What's going on these pages? Looks like they're enjoying some goodies. And another page. This one also does not have any words, but I bet you can still figure out what's happening. So take a look. What's happening on those 2 pages? Well, we had some new characters show up, didn't we? All of these birds came on this second page. Now, if I were to draw a speech bubble right here by the birds, what would you like to write in the speech bubble? I think I would like to write, "Hey, those look good. Can you share with us?" Because those birds are looking at those wonderful treats. They want some too. Look at the bunny. His ears are straight up. Something has happened. here's another page with no words, but we can see from the paintings that something is happening. Those birds are just looking. It's kind of like, hey, you gonna share? If you plant a seed of selfishness in a very short time. Now, before I turn the page, let's talk about a couple things. We have that word selfishness. Now, we know that the suffix ness talks about quality. So, if we have the quality of selfish, is selfish a good thing? No. Selfish means you're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about other people. So if you have the quality of only thinking about yourself all the time, is that going to be good? No. So now I'm thinking, well, what does the rabbit have to be selfish about? What is he thinking only about himself for? And I'm thinking, those plants that grew, he doesn't want to share them, does he? He's yelling back at the birds, like, I don't want to share with you. And what's going on over here? The birds are yelling back. They don't understand why Rabbit does not want to share his fruit and why he is being so selfish or only thinking about himself. It will grow and grow and grow. Take a look at these pages. What is going on there? That turned into a major fight, didn't it? They're throwing the tomatoes and the carrots and the cabbage at the birds. And it looks like the birds are stealing. They're taking it anyway. Even though they're not sharing, they didn't want to share. The birds are still taking some of the things. Look, he's even sticking out his tongue. Oh my. Into a heap of trouble. Now look at that bunny. Oh my goodness. He does not look very happy. And the birds don't look happy either. They're covered in mess. And all the wonderful fruits and vegetables have gone. Doesn't look like anybody's very happy. But if you plant a seed of kindness, and there's our second word today, kindness. So the quality of being kind, being nice, sharing, like this little mouse is doing. If you plant a seed of kindness, let's see what happens. In almost no time at all, they took those things, took the tomatoes with them. Wonder where they're going. The fruits of kindness. Look at what they're doing. What do you think is coming out of those bags? What are those? Did you guess it? Those are seeds. Look at all of the seeds that the birds are bringing to Rabbit and Mouse. Will grow and grow and grow. I'll give you a second to look at this one because there's a lot going on this page. Where have we seen 4 panels before? Do you remember earlier? I think I'd like to compare them. So let me find it earlier in the book. There it is. Okay. So I have these 4 panels, so take a look. Now let's compare them to these 4 panels. What has changed? We now have birds that are helping. The birds didn't just take the tomatoes and leave, did they? No, they came and they're helping to make sure that the plants are growing. They're staying night and day and day and night to make sure they're growing. And look what happens. All of that kindness has now turned into a beautiful garden because Mouse decided to share and be kind. and they are very, very sweet. Wow, that was a wonderful book. So let's talk about a couple things. First, I want to know what happened when they planted a seed. Well, something grew, right? Yeah, they had tomatoes and carrots and cabbage. But let's dig a little bit deeper. I think this book was trying to teach us something more than if you plant a seed, a plant will grow. What do you think it was trying to tell us? What did the seed grow? It grew kindness. It showed that Mouse was being kind because he shared with the birds. The rabbit did not share at the beginning, and he was being selfish at first, and they ended up with a big mess, didn't they? But when Mouse realized that he should be kind and share what he has, then all of the kindness came back to him, and the birds helped grow even more beautiful plants. So I want to know, how can we show kindness here at school? What are some things you can do in your classroom to help show kindness? I'll let you think for a little bit. Well, I know I could help by tidying things. If some things are not put back the way they're supposed to, maybe chairs are pulled out, or maybe the teacher forgot to put her marker back on the board, I could help by putting those things back where they belong. Or maybe my friend dropped something, or maybe all of their books fell to the ground. I could hurry up and go over and help pick them up. Or perhaps somebody doesn't have someone to sit with at lunch. I could show kindness by inviting them to sit with me, or to play with me at recess too. Those are all things that we can do to be kind in the classroom, and there are so many more too. Now, how can we show kindness at home? Home's a little bit different than the classroom, isn't it? So what are some ideas of how you can be kind at home? I'll let you think. I know at home I can help by doing some chores. Maybe my mom made a delicious dinner and there are all sorts of dishes piled up dirty afterwards. I can help by washing or drying those dishes for Mom because she worked hard on the meal. Or maybe there's a load of laundry that's just been finished. I can help by folding the laundry and putting them in the right rooms. Or maybe my little brother just got out of bed and he's running late for school. I could help by making his bed so he doesn't have to. There are lots of different things that you can do to be kind at home too. So here's our extension for today. What I want you to do is grab a piece of paper. It can be regular white or it can be colored. It's up to you. What we're going to do with this paper is we're going to fold it in half. Go ahead and fold it in half. And then we're going to draw on this half of a heart. Now I want you to grab a pencil. And do you see where the fold is? It opens on the other side. I'm going to draw on my fold. Now it's going to be kind of hard because I'm going to do this in the air. You can do it on your desk. Okay, so here's the fold. I'm going to draw kind of like a backwards C. Like this. There's the top part of the heart. You see that? And then I'm going to come down to a point. Okay, so you can see here is my heart, or half of my heart here. So just go ahead and draw that on yours and make sure you're drawing it over the edge. Okay, so we want it to open up. If I opened it up, it'd look like this. Go ahead and do that now. And then when you're ready, grab a pair of scissors. And while it's still folded, I want you to cut on that line that you just made. Make sure you can see this. Okay, now you can throw away this part. You don't need it anymore. You'll have your heart here. Go ahead and open up your heart. And you can see that we just made a heart. You can make this heart even bigger by making it bigger on the page, or you can make it smaller by making a little tiny line. So on this heart, I want you to watch in your classroom. And as you're watching, I want you to look for someone who is being kind. As soon as you spot someone being kind, I want you to take your heart and I want you to take a pencil or a marker or whatever you want to write with. And I want you to write them a little note. So maybe I saw John. So I'm going to put John on my heart. Just like this. And I saw him pick up a pencil from the floor and put it in the pencil cup. So I'm going to say, thank you for picking up the pencils. You are very kind. Okay, so then I just wrote a little note on there. It says, John, thank you for picking up the pencils. You are very kind. So this is a kindness heart. Now you can sign it if you want to, or you don't have to. It's up to you. I'm going to choose to sign it. And then I'm going to take this heart and I'm going to give it to John. And I'm going to say, thank you for being kind. Or, hey, I saw you being kind today. I'd like to thank you for that. And that way, we're showing each other that kindness is a really good thing to have in our classroom or at home too, and that we should learn from other people who are being kind. So go ahead and give this to any kind friends that you see. And if you want to make another one, you absolutely can. If you'd like to draw a picture instead of writing words, you can do that too. Totally up to you. I hope you enjoyed our story today. If you plant a seed, and I hope you learned a little bit about kindness.